When you look at Justin Herbert, what do you see?
You see a pro body quarterback. I mean, he's 6'6", close to 240 pounds. He can make all the throws, and he's got good mobility. And so he's a complete package. He's a tough guy to defend. And even when you get to him, he's strong enough in the pocket that the first guy sometimes can't get him down. He can scramble out of there and escape. So he presents a real challenge.
With the weather anticipated to be somewhat like this on Friday, how much does preparing for it in this kind of weather help you guys?
Well, hopefully it helps a lot. I mean, we've really been outside every day. We've had mostly great weather, and if it's going to be like this on game day, it's a great opportunity to go out there practice in this weather, and hopefully this is upset weather.
Civil War, but also Senior Day. Can you talk about the seniors you have?
Yeah, we got a group of guys that have been through a lot in this program, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for those guys with what they've gone through. They've stuck it out through coaching changes and different coordinators and some rough seasons, and yet they've endured through it and they fought through it, and get a chance to go out there one more time and play for the Beavers.
What's the biggest rivalry you've been in?
I've been fortunate to be a part of a couple of them. My own, when I played in college, the North Dakota State rivalry at the time was the most played in rivalry in all of Division II football. I've been part of the Minnesota and Wisconsin rivalry, which is the oldest rivalry in college football. So those two probably jump into mind.
Have you been told what this one's like at all?
Yeah, you get told what it's like, and I spent 3 years coaching with Anoki Brechterfield at Wisconsin, and he always made the comment, there's nothing civil about the Civil War, and but until you get a chance to experience it firsthand, your first time, I think that that's when you learn more about it. But I love rivalries. I think they're a big part of the pageantry and what makes college football special. And so it should be a great atmosphere, and two teams going at it, and hopefully we can throw out the records and just throw the ball out there and go see who can win the game.
Coach Smith mentioned on Monday that there's an outside possibility that David Morris could see some reps at safety if he's able to get in on defense. What could he bring potentially?
Yeah, well, he's hopefully we can dust off some of the rust that he's had. It's been a long time since he got a few snaps in last week on special teams, and we've been trying to bring him along, and they have cleared him now, and it's just a matter of getting him ready to go and play at game speed. And so if we're able to do that, then hopefully he can go out there and perform. Obviously, we don't expect the best version of David to play if he gets on the field on Friday, but we're hoping that if he does get out there, that he can knock some of that rust off and get himself excited and jump started for the game and leading into the next season.
Can you talk about the challenge that your front will have against a very physical Oregon offensive line that likes to establish a physical ground attack?
Yeah, well, they got a big group up front, and they're physical, and they want to run the ball, and they want to run it downhill. They're using a lot more of the pistol formation this year than previous years, and that helps the running back get so much of a downhill running start. And so they're trying to be physical. We got to do a great job of being physical and matching that physicality on the line, and being able to, hold the line of scrimmage, so to speak, and not get pushed back into our own backfield.
Have you seen an offense like this and prepared you at all this year, kind of that pistol, or is it unique in its own way?
Well, Nevada ran a lot of pistol, so we did see it. It was a long time ago, but we certainly saw it from them, and a few other teams here and there have certainly run the pistol. Arizona ran it sometimes against us, and so it's not completely unique, but they're certainly using it a lot more this year than they have in previous years.
Oregon has a pair of freshman running backs who both sort of struggled with fumbles this season. How do you attack those guys?
The same way you attack any ball carrier. When you get an opportunity to punch at the football or strip at it, you want to do it. It's usually the second guy in at the tackle, or if a guy who's got his feet stopped, in the backfield, then you get a chance to try to punch it out.
This may be the toughest question you answer today, but if you could, can you break down the group positions as Thanksgiving food items?
That's something you need a little time to prepare for. Are you talking about our players or the Oregon's players?
Every position on the team. If you could group them, say, the quarterback's the turkey or whatever the case may be.
You talking about on offense or defense?
Both sides.
Oh, geez.
Come on, Ron.
I can't even think of that many
Give me defense.
Well, the defensive line's got to be the turkey. It's the main course. That's where everything starts up front, you know. And then I think the linebackers would be the mashed potatoes and the stuffing, which complements the turkey. And then the defensive back's got to be the pie, you know, the pumpkin pie at the end of it. You know, that's the icing on the top.
I asked this question at the risk of knowing the answer already, but Mike Bellotti said earlier this week he thought Justin Herbert had regressed during the season. What have you seen? Have you?
You know, he may be watched him a lot closer than I have, or watched, you know, from early on until later a lot more, done a lot more study. I think he's a really good player, and you know, he's going to give us plenty of challenges on Friday.
Is the weather storyline going to be a little overrated, you think, or is that actually going to play?
I think both teams got to play in the same weather, so I think, you know, it just, you know, I don't think that the story is going to be the weather. It's just going to be who can go out there and execute in the weather.